Hello, someone wanted to see how these were made. So you get a wrapper and you spread it out and you fold it up to nearly the top. You leave a little bit and then you fold it, and then you fold the top down to the very bottom edge, and then you fold it and you take the top edge again down to the bottom edge and you fold it, and then you have I throw it in a pile, and I'll have a stack of, where you at? Come on, don't, okay, it's back. You have a stack of these little things, so I'll fold one more really fast. Fold up to nearly the top, fold down, and you get into a groove to where it goes really fast, and you fold down again. So there's that. And once you get this, I want to fold it in half, like that, and then you want to undo it and fold it in. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, and fold it in to the fold. See, so it kind of looks like that, and then you fold those in and fold it up, and that's a link. And then one side will be all the little foldy papers, and the other side is just two little openings, a clean opening. It's so hard to explain, but you want to make sure you point the clean opening down. And then here's my link I have on here, and you just slide it through the opening. Oops, let me see here. Oh, it's not working. Well, hang on, let me get it started. Okay, you just slide it through the opening, slide it through, and there's another link. And then you would then add the other one, go in the other direction. Did that make sense? I hope it made sense. Hello! I figured I'd start with that and see if it worked on my webcam, and if it didn't, I would just vlog and forget about it. That's as good as it's gonna get. I learned how to do it by looking it up on the internet. I looked up like gum wrapper chain or wrapper chains. So yeah. Today is October 30th. Dad's just leaving to go to the post office. Yesterday we got up and I took Dad out for lunch, and then we went to go to this RV place to go look at cabinets, because that's where he got a few of our cabinets, because they're tall and they just always worked for what we needed them for, but they didn't have them. And then we went over to my cousin's house, but they weren't home. And before we got to the RV place, Dad was, because a couple days ago he'd mentioned this, he said Heidi has a little cyst on her neck by her collar, but she doesn't crawl up in my lap, so I don't get to really mess with her. Well, he was talking about it yesterday when we were in the car, and as soon as he got out, she always jumps on me in the car, so I was feeling it, and I'm like, that's not a cyst, that's like humongous tick sticking out of there. So I immediately got on the phone and called the vet, and they had an appointment. They could squeeze me in at 4:30. So we got home and chilled for a little bit and took her to the vet. And as soon as I showed her, I said, I think it's a tick. Because I had asked Dad 2 days before, is it a tick? No. And I asked him on the way back from the vet, I'm like, why would you say no, it's not a tick? He goes, well, Heidi never got a tick before. I'm like, doesn't mean she's never going to get one. I guess in his mind, his dog would never get a tick. What? So they took her in the back and they muzzled her and they weighed her. She's down to 11 pounds, some odd ounces again. She was up to 13.2. Now she's back down to 11 point. I don't even know what the point was yesterday. And, they clipped her nails since they had her muzzled. Dad's like, will you please clip her nails? And they took her in the back, and the vet tech got the tick out. And, because the lump in there was just aggravated from the tick being in there, so they said that should fade away gets smaller. She's got to go back in a month to have a blood draw to see if she had any sort of tick disease from that tick. So she'll be going back around the 1st of December. We'll probably do it, which she will love. But they were very nice. They never charged us for an appointment or even taking the tick out. They just charged for her nail trim. So it was like $11 vet visit, which was awesome because I thought it was going to be much more than that. As soon as we got off the highway and Dad clipped her little leash on her neck, and then she immediately knew something was up. So she starts looking out the window, like, where am I going? As soon as I start turning in, she just starts shaking. Like, oh, I'm going to the vet. And there's parking in front of the building, but that was all full, so we were across the driveway in the parking alongside of the building. And on the way out, I was stepping out of the door and my knee glitched, and I'm like, Dad, would you mind going to get the car? Because I was afraid it was going to go out between the door and across the parking lot to my car. And he's like, okay. So he brings the car over, and he opens the door, and I put my hand on the door to steady myself for a minute because my knee was just acting weird. And he goes to jump out, and he forgets to put it in park. So it jerks ahead, and he jumps back in and puts it in park. And I twisted, and you know how your muscles all tense up? Because I almost fell, but I didn't. I caught myself. But my body hurts as if though I have fallen. Because I guess just tensing up all the muscles in my back. Oh, my back was horrendous last night. I know he felt bad. He just gets so... He just forgets things. Like, you know how we cleaned out the pantry? He cannot find a case of mushrooms we bought. They were in the side room sitting on a bucket when we brought them home. They sat there for a few days. Then all of a sudden, the mushrooms in the bucket were moved, and he had sat a big bag of kitty litter there. And Dad's like, someone stole my mushrooms. I'm like, Dad, you have moved them because you moved the bucket and the mushrooms, and now there's kitty litter there. Where did you put them? He can't, he doesn't know. How do you lose a case of mushrooms? Really? They're in a case. And then there was a bunch of other canned goods I knew we had, and I'm like, I thought I had them out here in a shopping bag to put in the pantry when we sorted out the pantry. So when we were eating lunch, he goes, guess what I found? I'm like, you found our case of mushrooms. He's like, no, somebody stole those. I'm like, yeah, Dad, someone walked past that and that and that and that. Did you steal your mushrooms? But a tote, there was a plastic tote out there that he'd put a bunch of canned goods in. And so there is a bunch of canned goods that we did not put away, all the newer stuff, like some soups and things. But our pantry's full, we have nowhere to put them. But he still says someone stole those mushrooms. Really? They're somewhere. I'm like, where's that bucket at? I think they stole my bucket too. Maybe they're in the garage sitting somewhere, I don't know, but we'll find them somewhere. And they'll probably be in the most random place, and why he would put them there, we will never know. Oh. So, I'm going to keep an eye out at like Menards and things, and just some kind of shelving we could put out there for more pantry room. Because we really do need it. Maybe one of the other RV places in the area might have some cabinetry that would work for us. The cupboards are just so nice that we used to get there. Maybe if I took a picture on my cell phone, he could show them and say, this is what I'm looking for. Maybe it's something they can order. I don't know. I'll think about that. So today, oh, and then after the veterinarians, Grandma had called earlier, and we stopped by her house, and she had made part of a roast and some gravy for Dad, so that's what we had for lunch today, roast and gravy. And she gave me some magazines, because she always saves her magazines for me. And I laid down early. I took a couple pain pills and laid down early, like 8, probably even before 8 o'clock. I remember falling asleep. When did I? Wait a minute. I texted at 9 o'clock. So I fell asleep not long after 9 o'clock. And then I woke up at like 1 a.m. and I stayed up reading for a while. Anytime I moved, it just hurt. Kitty, what are you doing? Say hello. 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 Okay. Okay. She's looking at me like I'm nuts. That's all that's been going on. Tomorrow you'll probably get another video off my laptop. I'm kind of doing an every other day thing. Works out good. That way I can vlog and tell you about what happened the day before and the day of, and I can yak, and y'all can just listen to it. Although tomorrow, I guess I can talk about it today. Halloween is tomorrow. Happy Halloween, everybody. Here it's supposed to be rainy, like really rainy. Like 60 degrees, but horrible rain-wise. Which always sucks. But all our trick-or-treating in our town was done on this last Saturday, so it's all done here. It has felt like Halloween's been over here for days, because there is nothing happening now. I can remember some of the costumes I dressed up in when I was young. I don't remember many. I do remember when I was in preschool, I dressed up like the devil. I had a devil costume and a little pitchfork. My mom drew a little pointy little thing here under my chin and like really dark eyebrows. And there's a picture of that somewhere in our pictures of me in my devil outfit. And I remember dressing up like a hunter when I was a teenager to go trick-or-treating. And I remember dressing up like... The last time I think I dressed up, well, I dressed up in the pink wig and stuff for a video I did here quite a few years ago. As like kind of a gothic punk person, I don't know. But the last time I dressed up and went out was me and several of my friends were going to a Halloween party. And the rule was, excuse me, dress up or get chained to a tree. So everybody had incentive to wear a costume. I dressed up like a baseball player. I had my baseball shirt and hat and glove and bat, and I was a baseball player. And come on, there you go. Hi. They were wanting somebody to show up.
Everybody dressed up because everybody was afraid because they knew they were serious. They played this really fun game. You know those skeletons, those that have joints and stuff? Well, they popped them apart, like the head off and the body off and the arms, and they hid them in part of the yard, and there was teams, and you had to see who could find the skeleton and put it back together in the quickest time. That was fun. Yeah, that was the last Halloween party I went to. So they're the only ones I can remember, really. How about you guys? What was your favorite Halloween costume you had? Yeah. Now I'm gonna go. I will talk at you later. Bye.